Running a small business is hard enough, and inflation is making things harder with the rising cost of everything. Today, we're talking about 7 ways small businesses can deal with this rising cost and continue to thrive in their small businesses. How to cope with the cost of rising everything. The first tactic is pretty obvious, and it's raising prices. I know that raising prices is not ideal, but honestly, customers are kind of used to it. At the point, you're not the only one who's experiencing inflation, everybody is. And so that means other people have increased their prices. The grocery stores, things are costing more, the gas station, everything is costing more. So they're used to it. So at least they won't be taking out their frustration on you for increasing prices. They are taking it out on the economy, on the government, on everybody. So, and they're also expecting it. So it's a good time for you to review your costs and see if you need to increase prices. Reviewing your costs is a really great place to start because you really need to understand what is changing. Like, review the cost of transportation, labor, raw materials, figure out where the increase is coming from so that you can figure out the appropriate amount to increase your prices by. That's a really good place to start. Another way to thrive during a recession, a season where the costs are rising, where life is getting harder, is to focus on your customer as much as you can. It's much harder to gain new customers than it is to lose existing ones in this season. So really do your best to retain your customer base. And how do you retain customers? You do that by focusing on loyalty. Can you personalize your recommendations during this season? Emails are free, so like really think about different customer groups and send things that you think they will like, they will appreciate. Focus on their needs, but also develop tactics that helps you increase loyalty. If you do your nails, as if you're someone who does that, you know that they sometimes give this little business card sized loyalty cards, or that have like stamps, and every time you come to get your nails done you get a stamp, and when the card is full you get a free session. That is something that incentivizes people to come back to you each time. And if you're not able to do that, you can start like a savers club or like a inner circle. Kai Collective is an example where they give their subscribers or past customers first access to new releases. It's almost like an air of exclusivity, essentially just pampering them and buttering them up so that they stick with you, because this is a season to really not mess with loyalty. Doing this also increases the odds that these people become advocates for you and can speak about your brand and, do the word of mouth marketing that helps to get new people to you. And speaking of marketing, digital marketing is a free form. Well, organic digital marketing is free, so don't neglect your social media pages so you can stay top of mind for these people. Show yourself doing the work on a regular basis, tease new launches, all the stuff that really helps you to stay engaged with your community, because you can't just show up out of nowhere only when you're doing new releases, which is, I know it's hard because running a small business is enough work to be working on the business, and marketing it is another whole game. But do your very best to focus on customers during this season and you will see the rewards. Another thing you can do is to dig into your data. Digging into your data while prices are going up or while the economy isn't going great is a great way to learn what's working. You might have heard of the 80-20 principle, which is that 80% of the results, in this case for a small business, 80% of your profits likely come from 20% of your customers or of your products or of your efforts. That means that if you double down on what's working, you're likely to gain efficiency. And let me give you an example. There's this baker that invented the pie crust cookie, and she discovered baking along the way. And bakers can make cakes, they can make pies, all these things. She used to go to fairs and serve up these cookies, and people really loved them, and they were always saying, oh, this is so scalable. She said that word kept coming up, and eventually she focused so much on those pie crust cookies and kind of let other things go that she could be doing, like cakes and the rest of it, and has been able to scale so much, open new stores, and also expand via e-commerce. In fact, she's doing so much more via e-commerce than she is in her physical business, according to the CNBC video I was watching. And she is I think baking like 30 to 40,000 cookies monthly, something like that. That's an insane number of cookies. But essentially, if you're able to dig into your data and see what's working, or also listen to customers and what they're saying, you might be able to find what's already working really well and be able to focus even more on it. And through that, be able to increase the results you get, and let the things that are not working go, or let's let them sit in the back burner for now during this season where you have to tighten your belt, essentially. So look into your data and figure out what's working that you can double down on. The fourth thing you can do out of our 7 strategies is to negotiate with your customers. It might not be possible for every type of business, but if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. So reach out to people that you already have relationships with. You've been their customer for a while, and ask for different terms. So that could be paying later, or like buying more and getting better prices. If you're able to stocking up is a great way to save on costs, because the costs are going to continue going up. So if you're able to lock in a good price now, then it means that you have saved yourself money in the long run. But I know you still need money to buy in bulk, so that's fair if you can do it. And speaking of fairness, there is a website called fair.com that allows wholesalers to buy, and up to a certain amount you can pay in like 3 months or 6 months, and that can be a good way to give you a break for a while so that you can buy now, pay later. I don't like it as a customer to do that, but as a business it can be helpful to buy inventory, sell it before you have to pay for it. So if it's possible to negotiate different terms with your suppliers, consider it. And if it's you don't know if it's possible except you ask. So definitely ask, pick up the phone, call. It's hard, it's difficult, but hey, it could save you some money, or at least give you a break in the meantime. Optimizing your inventory management can also really help you during this season. What that means is think about the different seasons there are and see if you can forecast demand and buy things just when you need them. I think it's called just-in-time inventory, when you minimize excess inventory and reduce holding costs, because you have to store things if you buy them in bulk and they're staying in storage for a while. I know that's kind of contradictory to the last point, but essentially figure out which one is going to save you more money and do it. Is it buying it and paying for storage, or is it based on the trends of price increases? Is it better for you to just wait and see how much you're going to be able to afford when you get there? So again, not everything will work for you, but pick which ones are going to work for you and use them. So if you're able to optimize your inventory management, or do more demand forecasting and figuring out which season is best to buy, then do that. You can also improve how much work you get done with technology. Maybe you can get faster at processing orders if you update certain systems, if you adopt e-commerce, so that you're not collecting orders via DMs and spending hours sorting through orders. Simple things like a form, like Jot form, or can streamline it. But even better is to take it up a notch and use an e-commerce platform like Shopify to get started selling online. And if you're already selling online, just look through as well to see, are there opportunities to streamline the manual tasks and save myself time. If you're not able to save yourself money, at least you can save yourself time, so that you can spend time working on the business as opposed to in the business. You can also consider strategic promotions, or essentially bundling your offers. That allows you to sell more, move more, because customers will buy more if you bundle it, like buy 2 for the price of 1. And remember, you've increased your prices, so maybe it really wouldn't even affect you so much if you offer these kinds of promotions. But if that one is too much for you to do, you can do limited time offers that kind of create a sense of urgency. It's a flash sale Monday and the sale ends at midnight, and that gives people a reason to buy ASAP. And I just remember a point under increasing your prices is that if you give people a heads up before you increase prices, you might actually be surprised by the surge of orders right before the price increase. So I think it's a really good idea to give them like before you increase your prices, you can give a notice that maybe by July 15th, our prices will be going up by this amount to combat the increasing cost of goods and services. Thank the customers for their support over the years, and give them some time to say the prices remain the same until this date, after which it goes up. That can be a season where you get even more sales. But beyond that, people have tried other tactics to address inflation that I want to pass on. I'm not a fan of shrinkflation, which is where they decrease the size of a thing like these cookies. Imagine if it starts from here instead of the whole pack being long, and they sell it for the same price. And sometimes because we love the product, we go back and just buy it. But it's a tactic you can use if you really need to, like, keep this at the back of your mind as a last resort, but it's very possible to use as well. And another tip that is out of my number is, if you can, try to support your employees during this season. It's hard for them as well. I know that salary increases are not likely, but you can still be kind to them in your words. Don't take out your frustration on them, and also seek out programs like maybe government grants to support you, to support them during the season, or organizations that are offering free trainings like digital marketing training, cybersecurity training. I believe Grow with Google offers that. And for a season, they were offering it for free to small business owners. So look for opportunities like that. American Express is another one that I know supports small businesses as well. So be sure to check out some of these organizations and what they're offering to help you cushion the cost of all these things during this season. I'm rooting for you to continue to thrive. I know that this season is about surviving, but I'm hoping that you move from just surviving to actually thriving as a small business. If you've enjoyed this content, be sure to like it and subscribe, or follow wherever you're listening or watching this for more. My name is Fapa, and this is Small and Thriving. Bye. Evaluating what your competitors are doing is also pretty important, because you can't really increase your prices beyond what the market is doing. I mean, you could because it's your business,